How Mohammed Bin Salman spends his $2 trillion fortune. If you thought you had met a spendthrift, shelve that idea for a minute. Meet Mohammed Bin Salman, the 35-year-old crown prince of Saudi Arabia, who is at the center of human rights issues and drops hundreds of millions of his family fortune on yachts, mansions, and artwork. In this video, we take a look at how Mohammed Bin Salman spends his $2 trillion fortune. Known as MBS, the Crown Prince is the driving force behind Saudi Arabia's attempts to modernize and is seen as the true power in the kingdom. The 35-year-old is the public face of the House of Saud, with the collective wealth of its members estimated to be well over $2 trillion. It is an astounding figure, nearly 16 times higher than the British royals. Their riches stem from the vast oil reserves uncovered in Saudi Arabia more than 75 years ago during the reign of King Abdul Aziz ibn Saud. While the family normally likes to keep their fortune private, Prince Salman is believed to live a life of almost inconceivable luxury thanks to his wealth. He is known for his lavish spending, luxury properties, and is even rumored to be the owner of the world's most expensive painting, and he was thought to have been part of the failed big money deal to buy Newcastle United after missing out on Manchester United, both English Premier League teams. In 2015, the world was left stunned when an unnamed buyer splashed over $300 million on an incredible chateau in France, just west of Paris. When the Chateau Louis XIV sold for that unbelievable amount, Fortune magazine called it the world's most expensive home, and Town & Country swooned over its gold-leafed fountain, marble statues, and hedged labyrinth set in a 57-acre landscaped park. But for all the lavish details, one fact was missing. It later turned out that the paper trail leads to Crown Prince Mohammed Bin Salman, heir to the Saudi throne and the driving force behind a series of bold policies transforming Saudi Arabia and shaking up the Middle East. The story of Chateau Louis XIV, as pieced together through interviews and documents, unfolds like a financial whodunit, featuring a lawyer in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg and a fixer for the very rich from the Mediterranean nation of Malta. Even Kim Kardashian made a cameo at the chateau, reportedly considering it for her wedding to Kanye West. The ownership of the chateau, in Louveciennes, France, near Versailles, is carefully shrouded by shell companies in France and Luxembourg. Those companies are owned by Aid Investment Company, a Saudi firm managed by the head of Crown Prince Mohammed's personal foundation. Advisors to members of the royal family say the chateau ultimately belongs to the Crown Prince. Along with more standard flourishes for top-of-the-line properties like wine cellar and movie theater, the rotunda features an exquisite fresco on the ceiling, while the moat includes a transparent underwater chamber with a sturgeon and koi swimming overhead. A statue of Louis XIV made of Carrara marble stands watch over the grounds. The property boasts 10 bedrooms, an indoor and outdoor pool, a library, and an aquarium. The aquarium doubles as a meditation room and features a transparent underwater chamber, something that wouldn't look out of place in a James Bond film. And alongside this property, the prince is also beloved to own the Le Rouvet Estate, a 620-acre lot of land an hour's drive from Paris. The Crown Prince has become a controversial global political figure, particularly in the fall of 2018, when he faced a global outcry over the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, who the CIA later concluded was assassinated on the prince's orders. That aside, Salman has proved to be the creme de la creme of luxury spending. The royal reportedly handed over nearly $500 million to Russian vodka tycoon Yuri Shefler for his super yacht in 2015. The Serene is one of the largest boats in the world, with an overall length of 439 feet and a beam that is 60 feet wide. Featuring a saltwater swimming pool, a supersized hot tub, a sauna in front of the sea, and a fully operational helipad, Serene became known in the yachting world as one of the most inspiring superyachts ever completed. At the time of her delivery, Serene was the 9th largest yacht in the world, barely topping the Emir of Qatar's 133-meter Al Merquab, and outdone by David Geffen's 138-meter Lursen Rising Sun. For the state-controlled Italian shipyard, Fincantieri, Serene was, however, the first yacht the company ever built, having primarily focused on commercial ships before. Currently the 15th largest yacht, Serene turns heads anywhere she goes, not only due to her giant-like size, but also her exterior lines drawn by Espinoino and series of innovations in the interior. Stretching over a beam of 18.5 meters, Serene is 6 decks tall and boasts a myriad of amenities that few 5-star hotels have. One of her most noticeable features from her outside is her supersized bathtub located aft of the sun deck. One of the 7 pools on board Serene, the jacuzzi on the top deck, is surrounded by a lounging pad for sunbathing. Forward of the hot tub is a fully stoked wet bar underneath the yacht's observational deck that features an additional set of sun loungers. Continuing with his splurge, the prince reportedly bought the most expensive painting ever. News that Saudi Arabia's crown prince bought the $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting came as a shock to the Western world. But to those who have followed him, it was just one in a series of his jaw-dropping purchases. Prince Mohammed was the mystery buyer of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, which was auctioned off at Christie's in 2017 for close to $500 million, the highest price ever paid for a work of art. Normally, news of a wealthy and powerful member of Saudi Arabia's royal family buying a piece of art would not raise any interest. But the timing of this purchase was notable. It came just 2 weeks after Crown Prince Mohammed launched an anti-corruption campaign, rounding up more than 200 Saudi businessmen, ministers, and princes. Most are being detained at a luxury hotel in the capital, Riyadh. And if all that wasn't enough, the prince is building a $500 billion megacity on a huge 10,200 square mile site along the Red Sea. Named Neom, the development will be 17 times the size of London and will be run on 100% renewable energy. It will become a cross-border city-state with its own economic zone and more relaxed laws than the rest of Saudi Arabia. Salman hopes his city will be able to surpass Silicon Valley in terms of technology and overtake Hollywood as the world's entertainment capital. Sci-fi-esque ideas are built into the plans, including flying taxis, cloud seeding to make it rain, and a giant artificial moon to light up neon at night. Homes will have robot maids, and scientists will work in the city to develop genetic modifications to enhance humans. Beaches will glow in the dark sand, and it is hoped a Jurassic Park-style robot dinosaur theme park will be open. And when it comes to partying, no one does it better than our guy. In 2015, he held one of the biggest parties ever held on Earth by an individual. Some 150 beautiful women flown in from Brazil, Russia, and elsewhere were ferried to a private island in the Maldives to party with just a few dozen men from the Middle East. The venue was Valais, a private island in the Maldives designed to be one of the world's most luxurious and expensive destinations. The island contains some 4 dozen private villas, many built on stilts, overlooking the blue waters of the Indian Ocean. The quarters had private decks and swimming pools. Each came with its own butler. There was even a snow machine so visitors could frolic in an artificial blizzard on the tropical beach. And because Mohammed Bin Salman had rented out the entire island, he and his entourage had the place to themselves. The cost was a whopping $50 million. Each of the resort's more than 300 staffers would get a $5,000 bonus on top of what was already generous cash tips. Those same workers usually earned just $1,000 to $1,200 a month. To ensure secrecy, the staffers were not allowed to bring smartphones on the island. They could only bring a candy bar-style Nokia 3310 for communication purposes. 2 employees were fired for breaking the rule. For entertainment, Salman hired big games from around the world, including Pitbull, Gangnam-style Korean rapper Psy, and DJ Afrojack. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira were also set to perform. Talk about what money can do. Said to be close to his father, the prince has become Saudi Arabia's de facto ruler. He was the force behind many of the country's recent reforms, including a 27 edict allowing women to drive. And because of his youth, his influence and lavish spending is likely to be felt for a long time to come. What would you do if you were as rich as this guy? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on the post notifications.